Welcome to the Manuchehri Show, where energy and medicine meet. I will be your host for the next hour. I have over 19 years of healthcare experience and began my career as an energy medicine practitioner while working as an oncology nurse at a Seattle area hospital. My skill in moving energy combined with my medical background have been a catalyst for change in many people's lives. I hope the next hour will be transformative for you as well. Good morning and welcome to the Manuchehri Show. We're live here it's going to be really hot here in Seattle today.
Not that hot.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, mid-80s.
Okay.
Yeah. And because we have such a humid atmosphere, thank you, it gets pretty warm. But Charles is at
oil machine we got here. We don't have pens. We don't have any paper.
I know. I was on my phone and, because it takes a little, luckily I get here at, a few minutes before we go on the air.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
You're welcome. And so I'm on my phone and then I realize, I don't have paper and I can't reach the pencils or pens from where I'm sitting. Thank you, Jen.
So we have tons of people working extra hard getting the supplies we need for the show.
So that I can actually read other people's energy. Thank you so much. So I just had the most fun because, Misha and Seth and baby Florence flew in on Thursday, right? I picked them up at the airport. We had a little snag because Seth's luggage didn't make it. It didn't make it on the round.
Oh no!
And then it was a direct flight, so it's not like, and it got on the plane. So
but it didn't get off the plane?
It didn't get off the plane. Well, apparently it did. But this you're gonna love this. This little lady. They said she was an elderly lady, but who knows, right? This lady grabbed his luggage. She didn't realize she was flying to Alaska, your home state.
No.
But she hadn't got on the plane, and they found her or found the luggage, or she figured it out. So they finally drove it out to the house. But I had so much fun. All I did was hold babies, cook, clean, hold babies, hold babies, cook, clean. Yeah, it was so fun. And it was just so fun to have everyone together. I mean, we haven't been together for over a year. It was really fun.
What's that like? It's probably just so overwhelming. You just don't even know where to begin.
Well, Misha and Seth and Florence, it just kind of rounded out the whole experience. Like they're all fire. Like Misha's a Sag, Florence is a Sag, and Seth is an Aries. I'm an Aries. And so is Alexi, one of my son-in-laws. And we have a lot of water, and air and all kinds of interesting things going on astrologically. But to have these powerhouse fire signs, everything just felt normal and happy and peaceful and delicious. Everyone said that, like, you guys have to move here now because you make the family feel better when you're here.
Sounds like there's a lot of good balancing going on there.
Really was. Yeah. It was amazing.
Kind of like what we do here.
Exactly what we do here. Mm-hmm. Good leadway into what we do here.
From time to time, there's a gem in there that kind of sparkles a little brighter than the rest.
You always have gems. And we matched today.
Thank you. We do. Didn't even...
No, I did not call him, although I'm going to in the future. I'm going to go, because you get here at like 5-something in the morning.
Marie, why are you calling me at 3 a.m.?
So I'm just going to text you, what color are you wearing?
That's true. I probably wouldn't even know at that point until I just get up, and I'm like, I'll just choose then. And then I'll have to text you. That'll go that way.
Oh, no. I want it to be the other way. I'm going to wait till you're in the studio. No, I have a bigger closet. I have more to choose from. So I'll just text you first. Oh, he's wearing pink. Okay, I'll wear pink too. Sounds great.
Awesome. And if you don't know what we're really talking about, because you are listening to traditional terrestrial radio, you can go to the YouTube.
Right.
You should be very familiar with that. Type in Marie Manuchehri or
one of our lights is broken, but we're still here.
One of our lights is broken?
Well, one of our old lights.
Light. I'm like, wait, do I got something else I have to fix? It's like retrograde around here. I'm supposed to figure things out.
It's not. Mercury's not in retrograde. Remember, one of our listening audience members wrote in and said that it went direct on June 20th. Now, Jupiter is retrograde, but it retrograded back into Aquarius. So you want to know where Aquarius is in your chart, because that's actually a good thing that it actually retrograded back into Aquarius based on where that is in your chart.
Double check my notes then.
Okay. So we're taking calls.
We are. It's an open call-in show day today, 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. And if you can't get in right away, keep trying. If you need to submit a question, we are again online. If you want to chat with us, I'm doing that as well. So Claire Lee says hi. So hi, Claire. She's watching, so you can look at the camera and do your thing. There we go. And again, 877-825-8828. So we'll start the show off with Melinda, who's calling in from the LA area. Hi, Melinda.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Melinda. What can I do for you?
I was just curious if an energy reading and leaks could just be looked at this morning.
Yeah, the only leak I'm seeing so far as I draw out your energy is from your second chakra, and that's the chakra of joy. So perhaps you need to have a little bit more joy in your life, but the rest of your system looks excellent. Yeah, and I would call it, a mild leak. It's not tiny, but it's not moderate. It's just a mild leak. What are some of the things that bring you joy?
That's interesting. That's the area that I'm sort of working on because I'm a painter, and I am sort of, instead of being extremely excited for an upcoming solo show, I'm just sort of like more nervous. So I've actually been going into like breath work and trying to generate images from like a different place that actually feels more internal and out of the body.
Well, I have a suggestion because I think that you're actually not nervous. I think you're listening to your mind, and there is a big difference between listening to what happens in the brain, which the brain doesn't really feel anything. The brain's not a feeling machine, although everyone listens to what their brain tells them about their emotions, but those are completely false, and it's a lie, in my opinion. I would love it if you rest in your second chakra and get more curious about what you're feeling from that place or anywhere in the lower half of your body, because I don't think you're nervous at all. I think you're excited, very, very, very excited. So don't listen to your mind.
Okay. And is there just like one way, like a trick to cut off the brain?
I do have a small video on my YouTube channel. One of the videos there covers how to get out of your head. But the trick is literally like close your eyes. You could even imagine a waterfall moving from your brain to your tummy area. Put your hands on your tummy, wiggle your toes. You want to distract yourself, and you want to feel your physical reality because your emotional body is connected to your body, not your brain. So it's connected to the rest of you from the neck on down. But really that lower half of the body is how you enter into the emotional response system, which is in the auric field. And that's where all of our emotions are. None of them are in our brain. The brain literally doesn't feel. It tells people what they think they're feeling, but those are not true. Those are all completely false communications.
They are so different.
So completely different. So yeah, I see you excited.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Well, have a great day and have a wonderful art show.
Thank you so much. I love listening to you both. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Melinda, for joining us from the LA area. Tell your friends. I know there's plenty of people down there. Okay. Margot from New York, it looks like. Hi, Margot.
Hello there. Hello.
Margot, you have such a good radio voice.
Ooh.
Have you ever been on radio?
Yeah.
You have an awesome radio voice. Have you ever done radio before?
Well, I started the technical training for radio years ago, and they wanted me to do the voice training too. But I didn't even finish the technical training. So there you go.
So here's practice. Say, you're listening to the Marie Manuchehri Show.
You're listening to the Marie Manuchehri Show.
Perfect.
Love it.
Solid. Well, perfect.
We'll be calling.
Print.
Yeah, we'll be calling you to help record some of our commercials.
Maybe.
Right?
I can only go so high.
Yeah. So what can I do for you?
Okay. A couple things. I generally, whatever you tune into is great to hear.
Because I will be telling you that I have tuned into something. Yes.
Okay. If there's current info from my guides or whatever shows up there, what do you see?
So I drew out your energy. You actually have a leak in the fourth chakra, a significant one. So do you have a recent...
Does that have to do with my family?
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you, do you have a recent loss? Or did something change? Or has it been a long time since you've seen someone? Or what's going on?
I have some sadness. I don't feel I see my granddaughter very often. I don't now.
Oh, and where does she live?
4 miles away.
Okay, so how come you're not seeing her very often?
There seems to be a difference. I don't know. There's a something in her parents separates us.
Okay, so have you said to them, I would love to see my grandbaby more often? Have you said that to them?
Actually, I have said things like that.
And so give me an example of like that. I just want to hear your example.
At one point my daughter is suggesting I could live near them or away from them, and
more away from them?
Or on the other coast where I used to live. And that they would be traveling and I could visit them, and we could probably have visits monthly. And my response was simply that that's not very often if I live in the same area.
Right. So, okay. Interesting. So have you and your daughter been fighting or having some disagreements, or are you divided on some political issue, which tends to be the problem these days in the United States with family?
I suppose there is something politically different, but they're also very different personalities. And I think it's kind of beautiful to watch that she's coming to understand how different we really are. And that's fine, because our care for, our concern, our love for each other is very deep, and yet there's this we live differently, we think differently,
right,
and so on.
So here's your homework assignment. I want you to start repeating positive, curious, what-if questions about being loved. So what if I easily feel loved, adored, and cherished? What if I often see the family members that I love, adore, and cherish? I want you to use those two what-if questions so we can get the energy moving in a lovely direction.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because you need to feel loved, adored, and cherished. You do. You need that. Agreed?
Yes.
You need to have more people in your life where you feel loved by them.
Yeah.
That would be important for you. I know you're strong and you're fiercely independent, but love is an invaluable experience for everyone.
Okay.
And a lot of empathic people feel, I've said this before, feel they're very uncomfortable with deeper forms of intimacy, and saying how you really feel is a very intimate thing, extremely intimate. In fact, I let my family know that I need more help before everyone goes home. And it actually went over better than I thought it would. I may not have said it as gracefully as I would have wanted to, but yeah, everyone just they were a little surprised, and then they just cleaned up everything and it was perfect. So, So, empathic people have a fear of really being adored and cherished.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And the other thing I really want to ask about is which of your classes to take.
You really could take any of them, honestly, but I think you should start with the vibrational course. Are you there?
Did you? I missed what you said.
Oh, I said you could take any of them. Honestly, you could, but I think you should start with the vibrational course.
Did you catch
Probably
that?
the one I didn't sign up for.
Oh, that's possible.
But you could take any of them. Your energy would do well in any of those classes.
Yeah.
Okay? All right.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Marie.
Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks, Margot, for joining us from the New York area. 877-825-8828 is the number for the show. We'll take one more caller for before our first break of the hour, and we'll travel up to British Columbia. We have Sarah joining us. Hi, Sarah.
Hello. How's it going?
Oh, we're great. Thank you. Okay, I think, but maybe it's changed. We can actually cross the border now and visit each other. Is that true?
Ooh.
Oh, I'm not even sure.
I heard that we could, but then, things are starting to change again. So I'm not sure. I was like, I could be in Vancouver. I could go to Victoria Island. I could go on vacation to Victoria Island. I could go hiking, because I love that island.
So lovely.
So lovely.
It's such a great place.
It is. It's stunning. So what can I do for you?
I am requesting just a general reading.
Okay.
I had a session with you a couple of months ago, and I just want a little check-in to see how it's going.
Okay, and how was that session?
It was amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
good.
so lovely.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. So you were the second caller to have a leak in her heart chakra. So do you have
Okay.
something going on or a loss? And a loss doesn't have to
Um,
be a death of a human being. It can be, of course, but many different things
yeah.
equate loss, right?
I would say almost like a loss of my inner child.
Ooh, so what happened?
I've suffered from child sexual abuse.
Uh-huh.
And so I've been working through the process of healing from that and kind of grieving that loss.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also suffered from sexual assaults in my adult years.
Right.
And I'm going through the process of reporting those. So it is feeling very heavy.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, and you've known this for a long time, right? Like this isn't new information, correct?
Correct.
Right. So I'm assuming I said something similar to you when we spoke. There is a time too when you have to let go, that you have to stop identifying with something that's hurtful and painful and traumatizing because you're more than that. You're more than that. And so it's really important for all of us, everyone who's listening to the show, to pay attention to those areas of our life that were very painful and very hurtful and unfair, and all of the verbs we want to use to describe that, and not continually identify ourselves with that, because that is a very limited identification. It's a very limited identification. You are so much more than that. And that was also quite a long time ago. I mean, at least the childhood part of it was. And I think when you stop identifying, especially you've had therapy, you're not someone who hasn't dealt with this. You have. So at some point, that needs to be your goal, is to not identify with the traumas of your history any longer. For everyone who's listening, whatever the traumas are, right? It's extremely important. Because as you continue to identify with it, then you continue the frequency of that victimization or that powerlessness. And it may not play out in the way that it had historically, but it will play out in different areas of your life, which then is limiting. And everyone is a powerful, amazing, incredible, talented, irreplaceable part of creation. And the sooner all of us recognize that and stay in that frequency as much as possible and allow ourselves to stay in that alignment, the better we will be and the more happy we will be, but the better the entire world will be and the multi-universe. So here's my suggestion, because this is a way to start that, right? Because it's such a common thing to lead when we've been traumatized and we still feel the trauma, as we talk about it a lot. So your homework assignment is, if you choose to take it, is to not talk about it. Like start off with
it's gonna be tough, yeah.
Right. Start with a day, then maybe 3 days, start with a week. Don't talk about it. Because every time we talk about our traumas, unless we haven't had therapy or done the things that are important to do in the healing process, right? We are re-traumatizing ourselves. Our cellular memory kicks in, it hits our tissues, it can affect our organs. It's not good for us, and it's over with. I remember when my dad died, and he died like 17 years ago. He took his own life, actually. And my parents had been divorced for decades and decades. And my siblings and I, we spread his ashes illegally, but in a park,
I won't say anything.
in a park nearby. I'm not going to say where. And his sisters flew in from Michigan, and it was really, really lovely. But my mother, who had been divorced for decades, is complaining in the car about him after we've just spread his ashes. And I looked at her, I go, he's dead. What more do you want? And, he was never around. He didn't pay child support. She has every right to be angry. She raised 5 kids on her own. I get it. But we were all adults. We all had our own kids, and he was dead, So what happens is when we keep visiting the trauma, no matter how valid that traumatic experience is, no matter how painful that was, we keep taking the scab off. And then it becomes scarred. And now we've got scar tissue, and it goes deep within the body. And believe me, it affects us on very, deep cellular memory aspects. And in truth, none of us are scarred wounded beings. We are all powerful beyond measure. And that's where we need to keep our frequency. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So this reporting process, can I ask one more thing?
Just really quickly, please. Really quickly, please.
Okay, this reporting process, do you think that it's useful or?
If you've had significant
traumatizing?
therapy and you have worked on this, which I think you have, then no, I do not think I don't understand what you're reporting to or what the whole process is, but I don't think in your case it is in your best interest to keep reliving these events.
Okay.
Okay? Great question, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks for joining the show today. 877-825-8828 is the number.
But we all know what we're talking about, right? Like,
Yeah.
And traumas, we can gauge them from 0 to 100 in terms of based on the human perception about what we believe to be super traumatic, which, of course, our last caller, hers was a very traumatic thing, nothing that we would want anyone to ever experience, ever. However, trauma is trauma. And we all need to learn to not visit that part of and we've all had it to some degree, and we all need to stop visiting it. Right. Okay, good.
Most definitely. All right. We're at the break. 877-825-8828 for the show. If you need to get in for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We'll be right back with more from Marie.
And welcome back to the Marie Manuchehri Show. We're taking callers' questions today here on the air, as we typically do.
We are.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm laughing over here because I told Jen I'd throw it back to the 90s, to like 90s pop music. And
Right.
For those on YouTube, you can't hear it because licensing issues. But if you're terrestrial radio listeners, so I played Wilson Phillips, Hold On.
Yes.
Which I still have a record of that, too, at home.
Really?
Yeah, I do. It's not a sad thing. I'm very proud of it, too, because it was like $1.
I didn't. Oh wow! Yeah, I don't think it's a sad thing.
No, well, some other people might think, like, Penny, why do you have a 90s album of the Wilson Phillips? It's cool. I like it.
It is very
nostalgic
cool.
for me.
I love it.
Okay, enough about Benny.
love it.
877-825-8828. We'll take now Izzy, who's calling from the LA area. Hi, Izzy.
Hello.
Hello, Izzy. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am lovely. What can I do for you?
So I was wondering if you could check if my little puppy has any food allergies.
Okay.
And then if you have time, just to, if my guides have any quick messages for me.
So you must be a really, really big empath. Agreed?
Yes, definitely.
Because you are like leaking a whole bunch of energy regarding this puppy. You know?
Oh, no.
Like you are. I'm not kidding. Your root chakra, and then you have a pass through the second, third, and fourth. Like you are so freaked out about this puppy. So what's
my goodness.
what's it doing? What's the like? Does it have diarrhea or what's the deal?
Well, I'm getting over, we just had fleas for like 2 weeks, so getting over that, and then he just hasn't been like eating his food, and I changed him to salmon instead of chicken.
That's good. I think chicken, a lot of dogs are allergic to chicken. My dog Charles is very allergic to it. So that was a good change. And what brand or what kind of food are you feeding him?
It's grain-free and it's organic. I don't remember the name of the brand.
Okay, I like that. I am a fan. People have heard me say this. They should pay me, but I love Farmina. It's a great Italian brand that has very few ingredients in it. So your dog's tummy might still be hurting. How about getting him some rice, and making him a little bit of ground beef and I love cooking for Charles. It's one of my favorite things to do, actually. He had hamburger last night for dinner. He had salmon the other night, and he eats kibble too. He had some kibble today. So maybe start with some rice if his tummy's been hurting him or whatnot. Maybe making some food. And, of course, the reason why I still feed Charles kibble, and there is a way to take care of what I'm about to say, is because not all the vitamins that dogs need are going to be in people food necessarily, right? So... but you can buy different food companies make things that you can add to the food that you're cooking for them. So, but I would give him some rice and maybe some ground beef or some fish and just see if that perks up his interest. His tummy looks sore. So it looks a little sore. And he is tired. How old is he?
He's 3.
3 years old?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. He feels so much younger than that.
He acts a lot younger than that.
Yeah, he feels kind of immature. Honestly, he does. Like some people, are 50, but they act 20, right? So, very interesting. Have you taken him to the vet?
Yes.
And the vet doesn't know what's wrong with him?
See anything wrong.
Okay,
but...
that's good. That's good. So I think you should feed him more of the brat diet, yogurt, maybe some. Do you give him probiotics?
No.
Yeah, I give my dog probiotics. I love Mary Ruth. She's got wonderful organic, natural for humans, and she has a probiotic for dogs, probably for cats too, I'm assuming. So yeah, his tummy is sore. So brat diet and some probiotics I think will work for him. And he's tired. He's just really tired. Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, thanks for calling. Have a beautiful day.
Yeah, thanks for joining the show. 877-825-8828.
So cute. Totally. I mean, don't you want to just cuddle a puppy right now? I went in to buy...
How can you not?
I know, right? I just went in to go buy some dog food for Charles yesterday. He was at home because he literally can't handle the heat. He's at doggy daycare today, but luckily they have an indoor air-conditioned space that he doesn't like the heat.
Run your errands without me, Mom. I'm fine.
Yeah, which was actually kind of nice for me too. Like, I got to pick up flowers stairs and going and get an iced coffee without tying him up and looking out the window every 5 seconds to make sure nobody takes
But
them.
don't they get like little, what are they, the puppuccinos or something like that?
He doesn't like dairy. He doesn't.
Well, I don't think it's all the way. Some places have different versions.
Oh,
so,
really?
But
Yeah.
I think that
Starbucks
the naming,
does it. Yeah.
the naming is.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something else, but
at any rate, when I went in to go get him some dog food, the owner of this dog store that I love in Kirkland, he has puppies. Of course, I'm not going to get one because they're going to be like 100 pounds. So I can't lift Charles.
You already know.
Right. Like he's 60. That's not happening.
That's your limit? 60 is your limit?
I think 60 is my limit.
That's still pretty big.
Yeah. I like a big dog. But they were so cute because they look like they're like 8 months old, but they're not. They're like 6 weeks.
8 days.
Yeah, they're like 6 weeks.
8 days.
They're all black with dark eyes. I'm just cuddling them. I'm like, I'm going back today. I'm going to go get some more treats for Charles because I just want to hold those puppies. They were so freaking cute.
Charles, he might get a little jealess.
He wasn't. Charles doesn't get jealous. He loves dogs. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't get
Deep
jealous.
down.
Yeah.
He's got some stuff to work through, too. That's right. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. Edgar from Maryland is on the show. Hi, Edgar.
Hey, how are you?
We're good.
We're great. What can we do for you, Edgar?
Well, you could give me a reading and maybe help me and some guidance for what's happening.
Okay, so what's happening?
To tell you that about 2 months ago, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer.
Yeah.
And about 3 weeks ago, I had a surgery for the prostate to be removed.
Right.
And then they found more.
They found more cancer.
Yes, cancer on the some nodes on the lymphatic system. So
okay.
I have to go through radiation.
Right.
But it's the uncertainty of.
Right.
I was planning to retire, and all of a sudden, all these complications. So.
I know. I'm very sorry, by the way. I truly, truly am. But I do know what helps to quickly cure something like prostate cancer. So we're going to have a lovely chat about that. And in radiation, because I don't believe there's any chemotherapy yet that's been created to resolve prostate cancer. At least it wasn't when I was a nurse, but that was 20 years ago. So, but there is a really cool tea. If you can write into my website, energyintuitive.com, and say, this is Edgar, what's that tea? We'll send you a link to a tea that was developed by an oncology nurse in Canada about 50 years ago that really has helped a lot of patients for the last 50 years when they're dealing with challenging cancers. So this is a second chakra issue. The second chakra, it's when we look at energy medicine, the first chakra is in the pelvic floor, and the second chakra for men is right at the belly button, and it governs all the reproductive organs. And the reason why men get prostate cancer is because they carry a lot of guilt. Now, the majority of the men that I see, and I mean all of them, have no reason to feel guilty, like zero. You fall deeply into that category. You are a very kind man. You're very loving. You're super responsible. And somehow, for some reason, some men just feel guilty. Maybe they had a very strong maternal mother, sometimes moms can be a little tough on their sons. I don't really know the whole scenario, or a dad that was highly critical. It kind of depends. It's different for each person. Catholicism is not a very supportive religion. It makes people feel guilty, and we're like natural sinners when we're born, according to certain religions. So religion could play a part of the guilt as well. But that's what you need to work on, is the guilt. Does that make sense to you, what I'm talking about?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
So here's your homework assignment. I want you to do it 10 minutes every day. If you have time, do it twice a day. You're going to lay down, close your eyes, put one of your hands, the left hand I would prefer for you, you're going to put it right on the belly button, and you're going to repeat either silently or out loud for 10 minutes, because 10 minutes is a long time, so you might want to do it silently, that I want you to repeat that you're going to say, I have always done the very best that I could in every situation of my life. And I want you to repeat that over and over and over and over again for 10 minutes with your hand on your belly. Because we need to send a different message to your cells that you have always done wonderful. Because everyone has always done the very best they could in every situation of their life. That's the reality. That is true. And somehow, because of your mind has been hard on you and has criticized you and has made you feel guilty about things that you can't control and that you can't be guilty about. And so when you repeat this with your hand on your belly, it's going to send positive energy to your cells, and it's going to work into your cellular memory, and that's going to help change your lymphatic system and heighten the immune response inside of your body. Okay?
Okay.
And then what I want you to do, this is a 2-step process for you. I want you to repeat a what if question every 30 minutes silently. And I want you to know, Edgar, you don't have to do anything I say, by the way, but I would recommend that you do this. I want you to repeat, every 30 minutes for like 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, you're going to repeat this phrase. What if my body is an incredible healing machine? What if my body is an incredible healing machine? Okay? And I want you to repeat that for 3 to 5 minutes every 30 minutes until your body is healed.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
And I'm going to be sending you tons and tons and tons of light. All of us will.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Edgar, for joining us from the Maryland area. He's got it. I know he does.
I know. I can tell. And so what's interesting about what if questions is there are a fair amount of people who reach out to me who've had health issues on and off in their life. And so I can't use like incredible healing machine with them because it kind of pushes their buttons when we talk about health. But Edgar, in my opinion, either he doesn't have a lot of negative thoughts about the word health, and so I was able to use that powerful what if question with him, and I'm super excited. I can't wait to hear what occurs. So Edgar, make sure you let us know how things go.
Yep, perfect job. And let's take one more before our last break of the hour. We'll take now Dave calling in from Eugene, Oregon. Hi, Dave.
Hi, good morning, Marie
Good morning.
and Benny.
Hi.
Thank you both so much for being here.
Sure.
Of course, you also have a great radio voice too, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much.
So we got all new talent coming in
I
doing
know,
commercials,
I
and I will
love
no
it.
longer be needed. I will be on a boat somewhere now. You guys making it easy for me.
Well, you're needed, but I'll fill in while you're on the boat.
Oh, look at that. Great guy.
Wonderful.
Appreciate that.
So what can I do for you, Dave?
So, let's see. I have called you several times, well, a few times over the past decade, and you are always like on point with advice and homework
Wonderful.
assignments and
I'm
all that.
so happy that, because, I'm one of those people, I want what I do to have a positive effect, right? So I'm really, that's why I always ask that question, and I didn't even have to ask you. You just let us know. So thank you so much. What can I do for you today?
Okay, so let's see. I'm in a good place. My basic needs are met. Day-to-day living's okay. It's I feel very alive, even with the challenges. With day-to-day stuff. What I'm looking for, and what I'm curious, what you see is something, a homework assignment, a path to get me over the top, to bring it together.
Right.
Move to it, because I've had some, even intuitively, had some kind of breakthroughs recently, and I'm ready.
So basically, if I can, paraphrase what you were saying, is you want to be happier and more fulfilled.
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that true?
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel some hesitation in your voice, so maybe I just want to make sure that I'm understanding your desire.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll get okay.
Yeah. Be more specific then.
Given limited time and energy, just on a daily basis.
Yeah.
With just more joy, I guess.
More joy, yeah. So I guess my comment was accurate. So you want to be more fulfilled. You want it to be more fun,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Right? Like even today, as Jen and I are driving in the car with Charles to drop him off at day, we're laughing our heads off. We're having a fun time. I think it's healthy and normal to have fun every moment of every day. I truly do. I absolutely do. So that means you need to have your vibration elevated. And the interesting thing is, when I look around you, your auric field is expanded. There is no reason for you not to have your energy elevated. So you, on a conscious / unconscious way, are keep controlling your energy and pulling it down. Right? You're it's kind of like somebody who's wearing an umbrella and it's just barely sprinkling outside, you know? So
Typical Washingtonian.
yeah,
Sorry, but it's true.
But we don't even, I mean, I hardly use an umbrella. Hardly.
We freak out about everything, Marie. That's probably why I was saying
I do?
I said some of us.
Oh, some of us.
Some
I see
of
what you're
us.
talking
No,
about.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Okay, I gotcha. At any rate, what I'm trying to say is that it's going to be, you just have to practice it. So here's the question you could be asking yourself. What if I expand my energy 3 city blocks?
Okay.
So that's normal. It's healthy and normal to have one's auric field expanded 3 city blocks. The interesting thing for you is your auric field is 3 city blocks, but your energy is not reaching the edges of your auric field. So your personal energy is about 10 feet. And it needs to be, you have the room. It's like someone moving in a big house and they're only living in one room, right?
That's how I feel.
Well, you are correct. Good intuition. Awesome. So what if I allow my energy, so your subatomic particles, to reach the edges of my aura? That would even be a funner what if question for you.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you're going to start to have more fun and things will work. You know, when things work out really well, that's exciting. That's fulfilling. Like when I told my kids, everybody needs to start helping me next time. And then everyone just pitched in that moment. Oh, I was so happy. It was so fun. Like the dishwasher was loaded. My living room looked so pretty. And I went, oh, great. I was so happy. I was just, we all were.
Easy.
Yeah, easy. Right. And then that's motivating and inspiring to continue to keep your energy elevated and to allow yourself to have more fabulous and wonderful experiences, because that's normal, is to be beautifully surprised all the time and have things just come to you effortlessly and just have a flow of love and joy and fun and laughter. That's normal.
Yep.
Okay. Keep me posted, Dave. I want to know how it works.
You will. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have fun in Eugene.
Yeah, thanks very much, Dave, for joining us. Sister City down there. Hope all's going well. Otherwise, 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We are at our last break of the hour, unfortunately, but we'll be right back more from Marie.
Okay, who's that?
That's New Kids on the Block,
New
Hanging
Kids on,
Tough.
Really?
So this is
Jen.
definitely from, I know Jen and I are just having a ball
Yeah, they're
in here.
just, yeah.
So this is like from the mall rat days, like when the strip malls were really big, regular huge malls.
And people used to play.
That's where you went to shop, Marie. You don't have to go online.
I was like breastfeeding, giving birth to children in the 80s, so I was not at I was at home, like, that's all I couldn't do anything.
And then in a few years, you just like drop us off, like, get out, go to the mall so mom can have some time.
Seriously. Although my kids
That's
do
so
remember Bellevue Square had this big thing called the boat. It was this huge play thing for kids.
Yeah.
And so that's all. I was either at home or at the boat. I
Was it
didn't
like
even
at the
get to go
JCPenney
shopping.
end or the Bond end? It was
yeah,
at
it was
that
like
end,
kind
I
of in the
remember.
middle between Nordstrom's and JCPenney's. And I couldn't even go shopping. I just had to sit at the boat while my children played and make sure they had food, and then I had to go home and make more food. That's just all I did in the 80s. That's it. But the boat's gone, and my kids, every time they go to the mall, they go, the boat! I'm like,
I remember hanging around. I was a little too tall, old, big, whatever you want when I first moved down here. So like my mom was like, you can't get on there. It's for the little guys. I'm like, okay,
true,
but I
it's
just want
true.
like one time. She goes, fine. And I sat up on it real fast and then jumped down.
It was this huge thing.
Yeah,
It was
but all
quite
the parents
big.
looked at me like, you better get off. Like I wasn't allowed to be
That's only
like.
for the little tykes,
Yeah.
right? So that we can relax. Benny, we need 5 minutes. We just need 5 minutes.
I was a big tyke. It's okay. I need my time too.
So cute. Okay, who do we have?
Sure, we'll take Shelly calling in from Bellevue. Who is the
Oh, there you go.
She
Knows the
remembers.
vote. Yeah. Hi, Shelley.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
What can I do for you?
Thank you very much. Well, I just, my mother passed away about a month ago today.
I'm
Thank you.
very sorry. I'm very, very sorry. And you know, I'm kind of tough on parents, just a little bit, but no, I'm not going to be tough on your mom. I like her so much. She's so sweet, just precious, wonderful, wonderful being. And she says she's trying to talk to you, but you have not had very many moments of joy since she died. Is that true? True statement?
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard for you. And you know what? You guys had a good relationship. At least, I can't, I can't speak for all the years, but you guys had a lovely times together. And she said she prepared you well for her death. Is that true?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, how do you prepare, right?
Well, you talk about it, which
We did
most
talk about it.
Americans
We did.
don't talk about death, which is ridiculous. Like the
We
majority,
did.
right? You talked about it. You had open, lovely conversation. She goes, I prepared her because she's a really good mom. And so that's what good moms do. You prepare kids for transition, even if it's your transition you're preparing them for. Of course.
There is no question.
Yeah, she did a great job. So she's like, honey, could you just have a moment of happiness so that we can talk and chat and share videos? Because she's having a very different experience and she would love to share that with you. But your energy, of course, grief is extremely subjective. Everyone has, and it's only been a month. But what I'd love for you to do, if you can, and if you can't, that's okay too. Take a moment every day and allow yourself to feel really happy. Because then your mom's going to zap in there and give you a big kiss that you can feel.
Yeah.
Which will make you even happier.
I know. I'm just so stressed right now,
What are you stressed about?
The fact that I feel like I have so much to do to close out her life. Her house was a little bit of a hoarding mess. And everything she loved. She lived in that house for 43 years.
I know. I was going to say, you know what I said to her? I go, if you'd only moved once, because I lived in one house for 20 years. And when I moved, I got rid of everything. Like, okay, my garage is now already overfilled and a disaster.
Before
and it's
that, I was
only
like,
been
"Everything
7
must
years.
go."
Yeah. But for a long time, my closets looked amazing, everything. So, but your mom didn't move. I'm sure my house would look just like that if I lived in a house for over 40 years. But she wants me to tell you, honey, I don't care about any of those things now. So don't try to be, sympathetic about me regarding those things because I don't care about them anymore.
That's so good.
Yeah, she doesn't care at all.
That's perfect.
So you just do whatever you need. If you need to call 1-800-JUNK-IS-US or whatever those companies are, and they come and bring out a huge truck and just, they'll put,
Well, Marie, we've already cleaned out our house in
great.
a month. We filled just perspective, 20-yard dumpster and a 40-yard dumpster.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Everything she loved, she held on to.
I
Every
know,
single
but that made her
card,
so
greeting card.
happy. It made her so happy, and she loved it.
Yeah.
And her house wasn't dirty or anything like that. I mean, a little dusty, but it's not like the typical hoarder problem at all. She was very, very happy. I mean, you have a different vision of it. You're like, but it wasn't like the TV shows at all. And so what else is stressful? Because you already got the junk out.
Just financial and wrapping up things. And I don't have a will. I can't find it.
Oh. Well, are you fairly close with your siblings?
I don't have any. My sister passed away too.
Okay.
So I'm it.
So there's nothing to divide. It's all yours.
Well, except for my niece.
Okay.
I've learned through my attorney that, but that's fine.
But that's
I mean,
okay.
We
sure.
share.
Yeah, just share everything. Share everything. Your mom apologizes. She, like I forget where my will is. Luckily, I think I sent my kids the lawyer that I used, and it is digitally on something that I own. So that part's good. Your mom just totally forgot. She really did. But yes, it's fine. So don't worry about it. I think your niece will be fair.
Oh yeah,
Good.
no doubt.
Okay.
No, that part of it, I just want to make sure I'm in good place as I move forward to.
You are though.
Clean out our
Everything's
house,
fine.
Sell the house.
Just sell it, get it going. It's fine. Hire someone if you need to paint it or whatever, and just sell it. It's going to be fine. It's a good market to sell.
Yeah.
So here's the message: the stress that you are allowing yourself to experience is an illusion.
Awesome.
Right? Think of all the people who have siblings that they don't like and they don't get along and they're fighting over an estate. I'm sorry your sister passed, by the way, but your mother's very happy they get to hang out together now. Although she does say your sister's a different animal than you, and it's a very different relationship and experience.
Yeah,
and
we were opposite ends of the spectrum.
And she's really happy your sister was on the other side so that the two of you could have, continued your bond and allow it to flourish, even as she was aging and getting ready to leave her body. But so you have to stop being stressed. You're really lucky you won the lottery here. You get along with the one person you're going to be sharing some estate value with, and your mother and you had a wonderful relationship and talked about the transition. Of course, It's only been a month. You can cry all your eyes out as long as you want to, with moments of joy, and remind yourself how lucky you are. You are lucky.
Yeah, I
lucky.
know.
Yeah. I hope that my mother spends every dime before she goes so that we don't have to argue about a penny of it. I mean, I'm not going to argue at all. I don't care at all. But that's what I hope. So
I really don't care.
I know you don't. I mean, you're fine. I just had a moment like, when my mom goes, this is going to be a little challenging.
Because some families are like that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You're so lucky. So how about that? A what if question. What if I'm really, 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 really lucky? I think that will help you. And I want you to say that many reallys because it'll make you laugh, and that's good for you.
You just did.
Yay. Your mother loves you. She's kissing you all over your face. She goes, paint the house whatever color you want. I don't care.
I'm sure she doesn't. I love that. I love that she's free.
She doesn't care at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks,
have a beautiful day. You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks very much for joining the show. And that should do it, unfortunately, today, Marie. I know I'm sorry to all of our listeners, but there's always next week.
Yes. We'll be back next week. Will you be here, though? You'll be gone.
I'll be here.
Oh, really?
It's the week after.
It's the week after. You're going on vacation.
I'll have my producers, double check on, my
of course
vacation days.
Yeah.
Because I never take them.
No, I'm so glad you are. I'm very happy for you. Well, thank you, everyone, for listening to the show. I forgot to mention the mediumship coaching program is sold out. There's 8 seats left in vibrational and 10 in freedom. And yes, I promise this is the week. Right, Jen? Is this the week or maybe it's Monday? I don't know. It's Thursday that we get what we have been promising to get up on the website. But we are there. We just got to put it up. Okay. Have a great day. Bye-bye for now.